Special Coffee with Dragon session. Art, spirituality, and athleticism. A special cleaning, purifying, and reordering yours truly, Adrian H.'s room, temple, and office. Cup of coffee, special coffee with Dragon. First, you gotta let the light in. So let the light in, let the light in. Prepare yourselves. Be ready. Pour yourself a cup. Enjoy. Yours truly, Adrian H.'s, H. Robertinus Hana, universal spiritual teacher, world LGBTQ citizen, multidisciplinary artist international. Cup of coffee with little kitty. This has nothing to do with Jordan Peterson, by the way, in his book, his teachings. Don't want to keep colorful room, office, and temple, but there's a lot of things to throw away, to give away. As you can see, it's quite colorful. Some would even call it messy. It's to be done. Cleaning, purifying, reordering my office, my room, my temple. Special September 19th, Coffee with Dragon. We'll start with the bed. We'll start with the bed. It's nothing to do with Jordan Peterson, of course, since Mr. Peterson, of course, has been in the news a lot. There's something about one of his points or chapters in the book about cleaning one's room. So it has nothing to do with Mr. Peterson, who I'm not entirely a fan of, being a member of the LGBTQ community. But nonetheless, we'll proceed by airing a little bit. So we'll open the windows. Harder than rocket science for some, cleaning the room, putting some order in chaos in the madness. Man, because financially can afford it, a bigger place, but I'm blessed. This is a little better, thanks to my friend and oftentimes teacher, my sister. But before I lived for a few years in dire poverty, struggling. As the libraries of the city of Montreal became my second home. I've read thousands of books, sometimes on subjects I never thought I would have picked a book on, but yours truly, Adrian, became the people's doctor. Have graduated officially high school, have acquired college level English, of course, but didn't attend university. Was aspiring to, but financial crises hit. Yours truly was a worker on the front line, hard, as my hours were cut 3 times. And my question is to Justin Trudeau, where were you during the financial crisis? How much did you suffer during 2007, 2010 great financial crisis? And Donald Trump and all the politicians and the ones born with a silver spoon. Well, my hours were cut during those times 3 times, went from doing overtime more than 40 hours a week. to 33, then to 28, then to between 22 and 25. 3 times were cut. Saving a few years, had invested, had investments, planning to go to university, but that hit yours truly hard. Financial crisis then in retail. Many say, economists, financial analysts, historians, that we are still recovering from that. And of course, the Great Depression started in October 29, lasted about more than about 11 years also. So now we're of course 10 years from that event, but nonetheless, some some wounds are not that easy to heal, of course. So, one step at a time is my journey, of course, to lose weight, to transition into an active lifestyle. Blood, sweat, and tears, literally, not abstractly, of war. Some success, as I'm down to 65 pounds. More than 65 pounds, started to 51. Anyhow, anywho, blah blah blah. Wrapping what I do, let's start with doing bed. Stretch before commencing, this is hard work. And coffee yourself up. So we'll start by making the bed. Who's the bed? Need a hug? Say my English rub a lot. Drink some coffee, do some rap. Smoke a blunt and say what's up. Ain't got money for the studio, but fuck y'all anyhow. For those who don't know, will not know perhaps. Only get a view or 2 or 3 on this cup of coffee. It's yours truly, Adrian h.dragan. H. Rebirthing as Hannah's documenting this beautiful internet, which was born in 1989, but of course spawned many decades before in such writings as one of my favorite, actually, science fiction writer Arthur C. Clarke. Arthur C. Clarke. Arthur C. Clarke is the man in sci-fi. One of my favorite books is City on the Stars. I do like a lot of literature, dystopian. Literature. Utopian literature, dystopian. By the way, I'm not liable for any damage, psychological, financial, otherwise spiritual, that you might incur by following any advice, doing anything that you see yours truly, Adrian h.dragan, doing, or rapping as us doing. Been rapping since 1996 in English underground. But in 1996, my English was rough, accentuated. So it has morphed, transformed, and changed a lot. Let's just say, hey, wake up. Coffee black. Sometimes do put sugar, milk, and now have this syrup which I've tried from Africa, but it doesn't go so well with the coffee. Let's say it goes well in milk and in honey. Bought this pillow incredibly secondhand and sewed it, but my sewing was not that great, so I'll need to sew it again. Y'all didn't see this, right? Yes, Adrian h.dragan sleeps as affairs with 3 books. What? Yes, they were on the bed. I know it's a bit on the weird side, but but nobody gets hurt. So it's okay, it's cool. So this is gonna be a cleaning, purifying, ordering cup of coffee, but it's also going to be a question and answer and speculation and lots of rap. Lots of rap. Say I don't rap a lot, but I just grab my nut. They say I don't rap a lot, and just grabs his nuts. Say what? Say I don't rap a lot, I just grab my nuts. If you don't know, you will know that my rap name, artist rap name is Class War. CLASS. One word, so it's two words. Class, CLASS, War, WAR. Class War. And of course, Class War is the brother of fellow artist, dancer, priestess, revolutionary, ranter, dancer, revolution, dances. And after, excuse me, we got some mail. The mailman just came. We'll be back in 37 seconds. Okay. Continuing, purifying, cleaning, reordering. Yours truly, Adrian h.a.dragan's office, room, and temple. Pillows. Pillows. This is a man's world. but it wouldn't be nothing without a woman. Love that. Love soul. Love James Brown. Do like rap or hip hop and techno and rock, of course, but I have to say also that I do love a little bit of that 50s, 60s, 70s jiggy, 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 jiggy soul, bro. I love it. That jazz too. A man's world, but it won't be nothing without a woman. It's a man's world, but it wouldn't be nothing without a woman. I know my singing sucks, but my rapping does blow a lot top #1, but I ain't got money for the studio. I'm just rapping over coffee with them hoes out with them bitches, with them brick sackers. Ain't money when you broke. That's why it's class war. Motherfuckers, I done told you, I don't want you, man. I catch you rich rappers, millionaires on the street. I'm gonna put my mask on, give it to the poor. Say what? Rob you, give it to the poor. Say what? Robin Hood up in this bitch. Nah, this is class war, bitch. Right. But if you believe it or not, I found this and I've recuperated. It was, I believe, it dates back from ancient Rome. That could be from 1984 or 1996 or 2007 or 2010. I found it in the dirt. And it's interesting because it has some white, so it looks almost like ash stress that didn't not go away from washing it so many times, and they're still there. I use it as a blanket. Found it in the dirt. And this one my friend, sister, oftentimes teacher gave to me. It's one of the most beautiful covers I was ever gifted. It's a green. And it looks almost like it has a chloris or flower from the Nile or from here, since Hawk Island, also known as Montreal, is surrounded by another Nile, another river. It's beautiful. Question now. But first, a little rap. Little rap about what? What you gonna rap about? Man, I'm gonna rap about a lot. Man, I'm gonna say nothing, just drive at all my nuts. Say what doing, sing it where the beat at, where the homies at, what English says. Man, I can spit this several languages. Ain't like me, ain't been through like me. I'm all tired up, long hair black. Long hair black, still don't like the cops. People be looking at me like they know I rob a lot. They protect the rich nowadays. Me LGBTQ tricks. Cause when you're an immigrant, your name is Don. Name sound foreign, but you know granddaddy be Dracula. Be impaling you a sulap. And rappers 1996, but you ain't got shit but tricks on me, bitch. Question: Hong Kong. Hong Kong. So as a scholar of history, I'm well aware of Hong Kong being a semi-autonomous colony-like, semi-autonomous region, administrative region, officially, of the British Empire for 156 years. And in 1997, Hong Kong was given back to China, mainland China. And it refers to one country, two systems, with a semi sort of autonomous autonomy for Hong Kong, of course, especially in finance. Hong Kong actually is, if I'm not mistaken, and of course they fluctuate, except for, of course, New York, which is top by a lot in terms of capital and trading, Wall Street. But in terms of stock exchange, the Hong Kong Stock Exchange is, if I'm not mistaken, the fifth, of course, in terms of capital and trading volumes and what have you, and worth to what they trade. It's fifth, so it's in the top 10 stock exchanges in the world. Well, it was in the news that actually it made a bid, $37 billion for the London Stock Exchange. I don't know what's that gonna go with that one, but nonetheless, think about that for a second. So what's happening in Hong Kong? Well, what's happening? From what we know, protests started in March and then they escalated in June. So every weekend there's been hardcore protests, been arrests a lot. It started, of course, initially because of an extradition bill. So this bill to become law, right? The bill is passed to become law, to become legislature law, to arrest. So people who are arrested in Hong Kong to be extradited, sent for prosecution or already the punishment, exactly the details. I haven't read exactly the bill. It's just know a little bit about it. Extradition bill. But basically, fundamentally, in essence, is that it would have allowed the transfer either of already existing prisoners or those to be were prosecuted by Hong Kong or in Hong Kong to China. So either to be for a retrial or for the prosecution itself, right? So that has to be clarified. So now see, we have to discern and learn and know more. What exactly was the extradition bill? For those who are going to be punished, for specific cases, for what exactly? Or for even for the existing prisoners already, or for only certain types of crime, financial, criminal, sexual, whatever case. Right? So extradition bill. But in essence, it's that to be transferred. So this triggered a protest. And now the protesters, although they're decentralized, they have a few figures there of leadership, have 5 requests. One of them is amnesty for the ones who were arrested during the protest. One of the fascinating things about this is that China has said that foreign influence, subversive influence, has been helping or triggering or actually even organizing these protests. And specifically the United States. And the words that they use is the black hand of the United States. So the black hand to me makes me think of a nationalist organization in Yugoslavia, which supposedly the Serbian nationalist who assassinated Archduke Ferdinand of Yugoslavia. Archduke Ferdinand was started with Austro-Hungary, and he got the person who assassinated him with the motive for the start, or some say the spark, the trigger for World War One, was the assassination of Archduke Ferdinand, and this organization called the Black Hand. But anyways, in the Chinese context, and the media, the state media, have said that it's the Black Hand of the United States. So what they mean by this, what they meant, is that it's secret operations like CIA, Central Intelligence Agency, Secret Services, and government hidden services, and thus by de facto operation. That's what they mean by the Black Hand, and they say it's the United States. So this is a big mess with the trade war going on. This is a big mess. Not mess in that sense that it's something that can be cleaned like a regular mess, like I'm cleaning now this mess. Although do want to minimalize it, bring order, purify, and clean. Also do want to keep it colorful because love bright colors. Love black also, a lot of black, lots of black, but love contrast and rainbow, different colors. So anyway, so the United States is being accused of meddling and actually influencing, financing, organizing, helping the protesters. I know what's gonna happen now. We're gonna see. Another worrying aspect is, of course, the Saudi Arabia, which was. So I'm speaking basically about news right now, what's happening right now in the world. Yours truly, Adrian h.a.dragan, H for birthiness, Hana, universal spiritual teacher, world LGBTQ citizen, is cleaning, purifying, and reordering his, hers, theirs, room, office, and temple, which is right here in Hawk Island, also known as Montreal. So Saudi Arabia got attacked Saturday, their local time, I believe. So, or it could have been that it was Sunday, their local time, but Saturday us, because it's a few hours exact during the weekend. Saturday or Saturday, but since there is about 7 hour difference, it could be that it was already Sunday for them. Anyways, this needs to wash, so I'm gonna put it to wash. So their oil refineries, oil production facilities were attacked by drones. Right? Were attacked by drones. The confusion and now the accusations back and forth is that Iran, the Iranians, of course not the Iranians, the whole Iranian 93 million Iranians who live in Iran, but of course the regime and what have you. And that's always something we have to be careful when we say Americans, when we say Canadians, as myself I'm Canadian. You know, is I don't make decisions for the government of Canada, policies and anything like that. So responsibility and stuff like that. It's another big discussion. But they got attacked. And of course in Yemen it's a tragedy. There's a conflict going on, a war going on. And myself do not like violence. Forceful, energetic. I think we should channel these energies. You know what the fuck? This is before doing fucking violence and fucking hurting each other. Why don't we just hug, massage, and sex each other, right? We gotta, like, shit, man. Like, it's fucking. Anyways. But I'm not a hippie either. Like, I'm not a hippie. I believe sometimes force is necessary. Self-defense, or, you know, somebody wants to harm children or stuff like that. And I'm not for repression of oneself either. So, although the belief speech affects me. I get triggered sometimes by what people say. I've experienced anti-Semitism. I mean, got the Star of David tattooed. It's on the beach, get the looks. Sometimes people say comments, whatever the hell. Like, really, bro? Like, conspiracy theories was actually like got upset and got turned off from going to spiritual meetings because somebody would think this thing about this Rothschild conspiracy theories. And I have studied finance in my time when I was sick and struggling financially, and know a little bit about banking and finance. Can always learn more. And of course, in finance, in banking and civil banking, the Rothschilds do come up because they were a banking dynasty. But then to ascribe all the negative horrors in the world to the Rothschilds, uh, it was anti-Semitic, and then by de facto to Jews, finance and money. This was done by the Nazis, of course, finance, money, and Jews, and international finance, and all that. And it has its problems, and we've tried to find solutions. Look, right now I'm working on solution finding, cleaning my room, purifying my office, reordering my temple. The sun still rules. All the prophets want to know what's get some light, man. But finance can be used for good, and I've always said this. If I would be in a financially good position, I would finance charitable, especially to help people to work out, to be an active lifestyle, practical help to lose weight, to go on trips for if they're depressed or whatever reason, right? I can't. I'm not in that position. I'm struggling financially myself, so I can't. So the Saudi Arabia situation. It's interesting because the Houthis, which are the rebels backed by Iran in Yemen, which is in the Middle East, has a border with Saudi Arabia and not with Iran necessarily. I think they just have to cross the Persian Gulf. But with Oman, right? Oman, not a well-known country, but Oman. Actually, ate biscuits from Oman the other day. Interestingly enough, it was first time I purchased food products. I believe, at least knowing from Oman. It's spelled Oman, Oman, a country in the Middle East. Oman. So this situation is not really being resolved peacefully because there's accusations back and forth. But nonetheless, the incident, the drone attack on Saudi Arabian facilities, oil facilities, refineries, like an integrated oil complex, right, where they have, I guess, everything from extraction to transformation and to crude transformation, from crude oil into gas and what have you. Cut almost, if not more than half. That's 50%, half of the Saudi Arabian oil production. Now, if fact check me, but I believe Saudi Arabia accounts for about 12% of the whole oil production, and by de facto, since they most of it, export most of it. So that by de facto affected about 5 to more than 8% of the whole global supply, or something like that, even 10%. And Monday, even prices at one point went up 20% on crude oil barrels, most of them. And so most oil prices went up. So what's happening with that? Of course, conspiracy theories abound. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, nor do I believe conspiracy theories. Do believe that there have been conspiracies. For example, the assassination of JFK was a conspiracy. People conspired, or a person or two, or just him. One person conspired and he killed. So conspiracies do happen, but don't believe in the grandiose. Don't believe, of course, in. Although do have questions, do not believe that 9/11 was supposedly an inside job by the United States government and this and that. I do have questions and more questions and questions, and I've read some of the report, Commission on 9/11's report, which is a few hundred pages. It's like 1,506 pages or so, and there's 28 pages which are still classified until I believe 2023. So in those 28 pages, there could be some shocking, revealing information about the actual events. 28 pages can be a lot. I mean, 3 pages you read. See, 3 pages getting from this 1 page. 2 pages. Three pages. So you already have a new experimental approach at the interface of chemistry and biology lets scientists peer into the deepest reaches of the body's master control. So 28 pages can be a lot. By the way, neuroplasticity, it's amazing science and almost magical. Myself having lived through it. So after even severe brain injury and head trauma, which is related, severe head trauma with brain trauma with severe, is you can recover years after. By, of course, you have to exercise and read and train your brain and regular lifestyle, and also the diet has to be in, and you have to will it and will it. But amazing, the brain can not only heal but regenerate and can learn new things even in old age, in your 30s, even in the 40s. We have discovered this. And it happened to me after a severe head trauma. And the brain. So, it's possible. So we proceed. I think this has to be washed. So cleaning, purifying, reordering. Some of my clothing has to be washed, of course. But sucks. And there's things I want to give away. Things maybe to sell, auction. Make me an offer. Anything you see in the room. Make me an offer. Make me an offer. Make me an offer. $1, $2, $3. The American flag goes to Patrick James from Alabama. Let's see, I'm giving this away. have some shoes to give away. These are, of course, my pants. Bought second hand and they were brand new. Made in Canada, amazingly enough. Never wore them, see? Look. Bought them $7. They were probably 40 or 50 one day. Made in Canada. These are gonna be my campaign as I'm campaigning today. I've started. As my sister, oftentimes teacher, friend joked, last year when I didn't get called to go to work because I'm on call, we were admiring a poster of one of the candidates and said, talking about it. And then he said, go for it. I said, what? He said, go for it. Candidate or prime minister. So she said, maybe we'll give you a job. So I'm asking the people to give me a job. The people. So my campaign pants. Of course, auctioning them. These are 1,106 pennies. That's $11.06. Pennies have been discontinued by the government of Canada, no longer in circulation in Canada. But yes, I've trained with them for my Dragon versus Trump, of course, initiative challenging Trump to a boxing match on the Canadian-US border in a arrangement of Canadian aluminum and steel financed mostly by him. So this is the also being it's heavy, it's heavy, it's heavy. Got some recycling. Shoes to give away. Got some cleaning, and now we'll this. I love this one. This one's nice. So now we'll put some stuff. I'm imagining all the things that I need to throw away and to give away and to sell. And I'm imagining the setup. I'm gonna get rid of stuff. See you holding. Recycling things that purchased these beautiful pillows secondhand. This I'm gonna need to check what's in it, what I'm gonna give, what I'm gonna keep. This one likewise. So basically what I'm aiming is getting rid of this. Has 1, 2, 3, 4. It's it opens, and this I could put it in storage or above will already make somewhat of a difference with these here. Some cleaning, so I'm gonna give it a wipe right now. Wipe right now. It still works. I'm auctioning it, starting with $3,000. So if anybody has suffered for 48 minutes, 48 minutes, not 37. So far, and you see this, contact me via the email or publicly on YouTube. h.a.dragan, h.a.dragan and son, I do believe they have the most original, raw, and creative YouTube channel. That includes unedited, mostly unscripted, partially planned, videos. But the originalities, of course, they're unedited, raw, so almost like all my videos is just live, whether it's art or philosophy or just coffee and ranting, analyzing the news. Coffee with Dragon, lots of Draganism in this special event. 7 day, started 3 this week, finished, and last week had 3 days. So 3, and now this is the 7th day. Like Tupac says, 7-day theory. He was speaking about this event. So back to rap. Let's rap a bit. Man, we need to clean, just clean machine, do the rub on the spleen, play that beat, when I do a lot, you drink some what, I smoke not, pop, smoke a blunt, say what, in the sky is blue, boy, look how great is left. Made us cement nine. This day what these snitches on me. Snitches one in high school be sailing rap. Fucker, keep it quiet, hush 'em. So back to some more coffee. So let's see if put this. Maybe this is if I can put it there. Certified. It's a certified phonograph. It's made in Canada. Patent. Electro Home Limited. Made in Canada by Electro Home Limited. Kitchener, Ontario. Wow. Ontario is of course the province of Canada. We have 10 provinces and 3 territories. But this is probably from, who knows, like more than 37 years, if not 50. If not from the 50s, maybe 60s. Phonograph, wow, maybe from the 60s. I would say 70s, 50s, 60s, or 70s. It doesn't say the year. I'm gonna double check. Does it say the year of manufacturing? No date. 19, yeah, there is. Wait, Canadian Design RD 1970. Electro Home, wow. Almost 50 years. It still works. Tried it, it still works. Still works. Amazingly, you know. When I found it, actually, somebody wrote a beautiful note on it and said, it works, it just needs some love. So, yeah, you saw the Dragon Kiss, a 1970s phonograph, motherfucker. So, Kanye West, open your mouth. Kanye wasting mouth on Trump. Dragon energy, we dragon rocking up. Say what? We need to record that. Yeah, you just seen the Dragon Kiss, a phonograph. So what? Kanye wasting mouth on Trump. Dragon fist them up. Make their nose grow like Pinocchio of Primordial Potus's hope. Say what? Let me do a threesome what? Smoke a blunt and drink some liquor. I don't be poor like what's up. They ain't know about too much. Class wanted to spill it out. Spell it right in 1% where the wealth spread it and when it's up. Simple question, make America great when there was racism, when there was slavery, huh? Make America great when there was genocide for our brothers natives, huh? Make America great when, motherfucker, yeah I say motherfucker, fuck what? Make America great when, huh? Spread the love, but it's too much hate up in this motherfucker. Too much wealthy rich rappers who forgot their and absence. They say way too radical. Say now in the center, spill it like this solar virtuoso, so black haired rock and roll. Hey, what? Yeah, now homo low. Call this freestyle Kanye Waste. WAST mouth. So see, this is what I'm gonna try to clear, but first I'm gonna have to clear some shelves. Yeah. Working out while purifying, cleaning, and reordering. So that would give me more space in the office, temple, and room. So back to the Saudi Arabia. Because of course even Canada, they have a big alliance, and there's some armaments, security trees, and business. And of course the United States has big business also with Saudi Arabia, not just oil, but security armaments. Because 2 days ago, now the rhetoric has died down, but 3 days ago Donald Trump was hardcore on Iran. And 2 days ago evidence supposedly came that Iran was actually involved in the attacks, not indirectly through financing or helping or arming the Houthis with the drones, but actually that the drones themselves came from Iranian territory, because Saudi Arabia has a border with Iran, north on the northwest side of Saudi Arabia, of course. So yeah, no, maybe we're gonna find out more, but that's a precarious, tough situation. A keeper for electronics. So that's a big one. Another topic. Whoa, the archangel strong. Another topic of discussion, which is in the news, is of course Canadians, is Canadian elections. So deadline is of course 21 days. So October 1st is deadline for participants, candidates for Prime Minister, which of course yours truly, Adrian H.Dragan, H.a.dragan, as Hana is not officially candidating. I mean officially myself, but the papers are not fixed done yet. The Prime Minister of Canada, the people's Prime Minister. Canadian elections. Who, what, where? The three main established bodies, of course, are Liberals, which are now led by Justin Trudeau, whose father was Prime Minister in the 70s, Pierre Elliott Trudeau. Andrew Scheer with the Conservatives, Of course, the conservatives rule a few years ago with Harper for a few years, Conservative Party of Canada, and the NDP, the New Democrats. So traditionally, or if you want, the conservatives are more center right or even right in some policies, but sometimes it's center right. And the liberals are more center and center left, and in some policies left. Sometimes left, sometimes center left, or they claim that they're more center, of course. The NDP is considered to be left entirely, not center left or left, but entirely left wing party. So these three main contenders, conservatives, liberals, are of course established, the establishment, if you want, if you will, if you want, if you will, if you can. So now I'm gonna go take a look how much room yours truly has in the closet. So there's some room in the closet. Beautiful. Priestess of the goddess. Bought it second hand from a store providentially called Renaissance Rebirth, if you will, in French, Renaissance or Renaissance. And this has been a workout tool bag, which will now be a bit swiped clean and put into the closet for now. It has taken a lot of space, of course, there, but let's see how that cleaning goes. So that fits under a chair in a small closet that I have. Thank goodness. And of course now want to discuss Israel Chai, Israel Chai, Israel Chai, the Israeli elections. Last report was, of course, that was inconclusive, but it seems that Benny Gantz's alliance was very close to the Benjamin Netanyahu's Likud party. So the alliance of Benny Gantz, the blue and white as it's called, which is an amalgamation of three parties, which was formed this year in order to for the elections for April. And that was the second Israeli election this year, perhaps going on the third this year, which would be first in history, but would not surprise me at all. So Benny Gantz's alliance is a more centrist political party, while Likud is, of course, considered right-wing. Not in some issues they're considered center-right, but mostly right-wing party in the political sphere and political, if you want, ideology, leanings or policy or leanings, because you have the far left, the left, the center left, the center right, right, and far right, right. So like you have basically like seven. So you have the center, and then you have three: center, center right, right, far right, center, center left, left, far left. So you have the center, and then you have three to the left and three to the right. So it's really 7 points on the political line or alignment, if you will. That's how myself on theory is formulated around those policies. What have you. But they're not necessarily exclusive or mutually exclusive. There's cross-pollination between left and center left and vice versa. Or it could be center left, could have some center right, or so on and so forth. It depends. There have been cases, of course, which was mixed. Brazil's history, political history is interesting, especially from 1900 till 1950. They had a government which was really a mix, interesting, peculiar, quite unique. In Brazil at one point, I think it was the 20s and 30s, where it really was a bizarre, not bizarre, but seemingly very unusual, very not so oftenly occurring ruling government that combined both from even the right, not center right, but right with left, not center left, but not center right with center, but right with left. Yeah. Now these two babies wash away. O'clock. Gonna be lighting some incense for purification purposes. Yeah. Now proceed getting rid of this vacuum, and gonna need my little thing to clean underneath. Ta-da! Millennials. So this is a very special tool that you need to have in your rooms or close by, reachable to use it, perhaps not daily, but regularly, weekly at least, to clean. So you can find it at stores. It's called a broom, mini broom. You can find it. So what you do is you put to the floors or to where you want to clean, and you dispose of the dirt. Easy does it. Monkey see, monkey do. Look, put it underneath there. See? Now it has a little bit of schmutz. Schmutz is Yiddish for dirt. I'm gonna go dispose of it, and it's gonna be taken outside for the garbage. So have a bag here ready to dispose of the dirt. Just put it in, put it by the door, ready to be taken out, and this I'm going to be keeping closely at hand. Closely at hand. And now going to be moving this here. My shoes there, and see what shoes we'll have to get rid of. So, for one pair to give away, just to give away, I've actually found these. And we'll now proceed by giving them away to somebody who perhaps will enjoy them. And of course, perhaps walking them. And these ones will also be given away. Ta-da! These, well, I think these are makes me think of a. Oh, there she is, my beautiful Black Panther. Black Panther with a golden lion. You're a couple, but don't tell anybody. They're not supposed to, but they're in love. Black Panther and lion. So these shoes will be kept for art. But we'll give this one's away. Three pairs I'm giving away. Actually, I'm gonna put them in the backpack. One, ta-da! We'll check the pockets. Oh, there's something. And they're giving away. Ta-da! Backpack with a pair of shoes. This needs to be cleaned a bit there. Sip and do some swiping, cleaning the bottom shelves. Have shelves on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. This is the same 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, that one looks like it says 7, but I think that was 6, right? 6. 6 and 6 and 3 there. Slowly but surely. Clean schmutz. And put this back for protection. Look at that, so many languages. It's written. You have French, Spanish, Czech, Arabic, Deutsch, English, Italian, Russian. It's cool. Already starting to look way better. Well, I mean, less clutter, less, you know, work in progress, but I do want to keep my room, office, and temple colorful. With color, of red. My favorite color, scarlet, is actually. Scarlet is red. It's just a more brighter red. Scarlet, red. Scarlet is red. Green, black, gold, blue, purple, rainbow. Love also black. Black is not a black, but love a mixed contrast of colors, you know. Orange. And this, for example, love this, you know, black, 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 and then red, and then orangey, and black. Different shades of orange and yellow. Love it. That's what I love about it. A combination of black, red, and even black, red, and green. So yeah. Now I'm gonna proceed with caution, and am going to be looking at these here, the shelves. So first, in order to, if I want to empty this, I'm gonna have to make space for my clothes to put somewhere else. Around a bit of strategizing. Strategizing. best thing to do would be try to change and put 3 shelves, clothing over here or below there. I'll give a lot of clothes away. That could be an alternative. A viable alternative. And to this. To make a lot of space. Not easy to discard, get rid of stuff, is it? The badges and things like that. But yeah. Yeah. Honey, if you can retrieve from this, Betty, yeah. So yeah, that's all I have really. Yeah, that's the only one. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, Betty, that's the only honey I have. I found. Oh, this could be good for mine. So, clothes or books or a little bit of each. I think it's gonna be a little bit of each. Yep. Pretty much. These I got 3, so I can empty 1, then clothes could go in them. These could go there, but I still gotta find a place for those. I have a big backpack that I can put there. Yep. And I can put there. I'm strategizing now, it's the thinking part. How to go about it. Oh. Tolerant system is really flagged to get away. Cleaning, purifying, reordering. My room, office, and temple. Yours truly, Adrian H.a.dragan, H representing this Hana. Part 1.